Greetings, love, Kelly to alle. Blessed love, everybody. Peace and love in Denmark. We love to be here. It's beautiful. Okay. So, yo, listen. I've got to tell my reggae story my way because it's my story, and I don't think anybody could tell the story better. And I don't think people would ask the right questions either, because what I'm about to tell you, it comes from a particular experience, and that is my reggae experience. And if you didn't experience it, you wouldn't have the type of questions to ask to get that type of answer that I think you should have about when it comes to reggae. So I've decided to tell the story in terms of years, and I'm going to pick 1989 because that is the year when I decided to do something about my reggae dream, to jump into the deep end, come out of the security that I had in Denmark and to go to London, live in the streets and pursue this reggae dream, and to really follow what Bob Marley said, to help him sing these songs of freedom, redemption songs, to leave everything and go out there and be the Rasta man. You know, so I'm gonna sing you a couple of songs from that time, which are important, and then I'll just kind of like let you have the atmosphere of what it was like to make that decision, and then maybe you can ask a couple of questions and we'll just get deep. I don't want to talk too much. I want you to experience this reggae, and I want to take you there with the music that I wrote back then, because I'm planning to record it, and I'd like to share with you the songs that I was writing at the time that I was 18, 19, the music that accompanied me to England, the music that I hoped to share in England and to get me along the road to whatever reggae was going to lead me to. It was the big dream. I'll tell you a few things about what it was like to learn the reggae music and all those things, but I'll do that not for this one, because that would be 1988, 87. But I'm talking about 89 when I made the decision. Let's go. And I went to England. So the way it happened was I met this brother. He's still alive. He's still in Christiania right now. His name is Pete Glazer. I hope he's still alive, this whole coronavirus thing. Pete Glazer plays the mouth harp, blues harp. And he was playing on the streets in Aarhus after I'd left school and came to live in Aarhus. And he and a guy called Hans, they used to play on the streets in Aarhus. And I used to listen to their blues all day long. And it was nice. I started to hang out with them. And he started telling me about how they travel the world and do this thing, and told me that he actually goes to London from time to time. And I wanted to go to London because I knew there were black people in London, those Rasta people in London. And I was searching deep. I was searching in the library, I was searching wherever you could find the books, the Bob Marley books. There was this book by Timothy White, the book by Stephen Davis, and whatever I could find that had to do with Bob Marley, we tried to find it. And when I realized there was nothing more I could find in Denmark, I just knew to myself, I gotta try to go to England. I did look for black people, I did look for Rasta people, and I tried to get in touch with them. I did go look for a brother who became famous in Denmark with the reggae. Well, he's part of reggae. His name at that time was Philip Manteuffel, but they call him Philip Knudsen now, you know. He was in my radar because he was amongst the people who had gone to looking for guidance, not just in the music, but also within Rastafari, because that was the first time I see a white man with dreadlocks. That was Philip at the festival in Aalborg. It must have been 1989, not 88 maybe, you know. So anyway, I'd gone there to see him. It was the year that Linton Kwesi Johnson played there, so we can work out. Yeah. Philip Knudsen played there that time. Bass and Trouble was the name of that band. Anyway, I'm digressing. I'm going back in time. I shouldn't. So I got tired of what I couldn't find, and I decided I'd go to London and go. I wanted to go to Jamaica, but it would be dangerous. So I was gonna go to England, and before I made the move to go to England, I joined a band in Aarhus, and it had Medekron. She was the bass player, and then there was a brother called Daniel. He he was like doing the rapping, and I can't remember the other drum. Maybe the drummer was a guy called Mikael, I think, and guitar. I don't think it was me because I wasn't really that good, but there was another brother playing the guitar. I can't remember the guitarist's name. And then there was Hans Hansen on the saxophone. He later got to play with a group called Dubwise. So I went for a couple of rehearsals with them, and while we were rehearsing one time, I'm just gonna tell you a little story. Medicon is the aunt of Shaka Loveless. Yeah, Shaka Loveless. He was a kid who I used to see when he was growing up because his mother, Lona, was one of my, what could we call it? One of my mother's, one of the young ladies who looked up to my mother because my mother had a radio show in Aarhus when she was learning Danish, and so there was a lot of kids who used to love my mom because she was full of common sense, and they just loved her direct whatever. And I just know that Lona was in love with some guy from Ghana and whole story, and mom was trying to put it straight, say forget that guy, whatever, blah blah blah. And then she had a baby, and actually the baby is, what was the name, James Loveless' son. So Shaka was born, and we love Shaka. This is crazy. People don't know, but we love Shaka Loveless. He was like, and then I'll go and spend time with that family sometime. One time I went there when Mede was at Vestbjerg High School. I went there and I spent a weekend, and she was there with a boyfriend. And I got to tell you that me and my brother Danny, we'd known Mede for a long time, and we were crazy about her. It's a lie, I'm telling you. Mede was the first person that I saw with dreadlocks. The first white person I saw with dreadlocks was Mede Khan. And my brother Danny and me, we kind of like used to mess around with Mede's guitar because she was living with Lona, and we'd be messing with it, pretending and listening to Bob Marley and all that kind of stuff there. But we both had a crush on her. We used to fight. I said, "Oh, she's mine. Now she's mine. Now she's mine." I said, "I'm older." Yeah, but not old enough for her. My little brother, who's younger than me, 4 years younger than me, I'd say, "I'm older than you." Say, "But you're not old enough for her." And I was like, crazy kid. So I had a great crush on Mede. And anyway, so years later now, I was in a band with her. And so I kind of like went, but she was busy with this guy. I think his name was CERN or something. I can't remember anyway. But I went to spend a weekend at their place, and Little Shaka was running around, and I wrote a song for him called Little Locksman because he had dreadlocks and was a little kid running around, Little Locksman. Years later, when I came back from England, I saw him again, and he'd grown, and his dad, I'd asked his dad to help me, to teach me how to sing. And I said, "Yeah, meet up with us at St. Annegade School. We're going to be playing some basketball. Come by," and. And so I went by his place because those days you could find people in the telephone book. And I found James Loveless in the telephone book, and I called him and said, "Hey, look, I got this band and everything. I just come from England, and I need some singing lessons." And he says, "All right, come." So he was shooting basketball with Little Shaka, and he says, "Well, okay, yeah, let's find a time, and I'm going to teach you whatever. And then he came to check out a show that I did, and after the show he came to me and said, "You don't need no lessons, man. You're doing a great job," he said to me. And I was like, "Oh, okay." But I was disappointed because I really felt that I needed lessons. I really did feel like I needed lessons. And I'm always like that. I still feel I need lessons right now, and I do. Fuck, I'm not that great a singer. Anyway, I'm still trying to, this is actually not 89. I'm going back in time. Every time I try to just move forward, I go back in time. But in this great future, you can't forget your past. Well, I'm glad I brought in Shaka Loveless. I can't remember what that was. Oh yeah, that was the band, right? Yeah, before time runs out, I gotta play a song. So Daniel, he used to rap, and he used to kind of like Mutabaruka, and he would say, "And I listen to the news and I get confused." And I don't know where Daniel is now, but anyway, I went by his house, and he was into reggae. He was like the reggae head in Aarhus. Apart from Lars Lunge and those guys who put up the reggae Thursdays, every second Thursday we had something at Musik Cafe, and that's how me and Hans and everybody kind of like got together and joined Mede's band. And one day Daniel was messing around with this chord progression with a bass line that went like do 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 do. You know, and then picked up on it, and I started making up words, you know, because I looked at all of us and I thought, yeah, we're friends, and so I started writing a song called "Here We Go Down the Road to Friendship." You know, that's how it was. So by the time I got myself together and said I was going to England, I changed the lyrics and says, you know, I'm not going to be singing friendship. I said, I was changing it to "Come, let's go up the road to Jah." And so it ends up that in 1989, I'm in a rehearsal room with Country Boy and the Frontliners. How I got to there, I'll have to tell you in the next Ausnit of 1989. But I'm going to finish off with a couple of songs from that time. This one and another one. And I must have had about 20 songs because I was just writing songs all day long. Dancing to reggae all day long and writing songs all day long. So this one's called Road to Jah. And it goes something like this. Come, let's go up the road to Jah. On our way to Zion. Yeah. Oh, people take my hand, 'cause we don't want no trouble no more. Make them understand that we don't want no trouble no more. Yeah. There got to be a solution. There got to be a solution. And all the government won't give it to ya. Whoa, hey, there got to be a solution. There got to be a solution. There got to be a solution. And I said it. All the governments won't give it to ya. We got it. Rastaman, yeah, we got it. Bingy man, yeah, we got it. Natty Dread, we got it. Selassie.